Good afternoon. It's what we call Victory Monday around here. It's coming off a nice win against Arkansas State on Saturday. When you look back and we've looked at our film and you look back and reflect on that game right there, I think you can all just say how impressed we were with our defensive play. So many tackles for loss, sacks, and they just really played well and really kept us in the game until we could put enough points on the board to get that win. And offensively, it wasn't, I won't say it wasn't our best day. We missed some downfield throws that we thought we should have caught. And it would probably been a little bit of a different story, but we thought we had to take some chances right there. It's the way they were pressing up on our outside receivers and letting our guys go up and make the play. We missed a couple early ones and kind of got behind and then had a turnover. Just kind of floundered a little bit, but we've got those things corrected and we're going to move forward and we'll push the envelope, and we've got a great positive attitude. We've got a good Troy football team coming in. Very impressed with both them offensively and defensively. Their linebackers fly around, their defensive line. I mean, they're very athletic. We understand what has happened at Troy. We've addressed that this morning with their coach being let go. But I told our guys in there, I said, they're still playing for bowl eligibility. They're playing for a lot of things. I've been an interim head football coach. There's a guy standing up in front of that bunch. I'm sure he had a marvelous speech to get those guys rallied and get that team ready to go fight this last game and get them bowl eligible. So we got to be prepared. We've got to come out and we've got to play exceptionally well. We've got to limit our turnovers, and defensively, we got to continue getting the ball, which I thought we did very well this past Saturday.
Appreciate it, Coach. At this time, we'll take questions from members of the media. As a friendly reminder, if you can keep yourself on mute until asking your question, we would appreciate it. Go ahead with questions for Coach.
Coach, you were limited.
Go ahead, Sam.
Coach, you were limited personnel-wise Saturday with sickness and all. Gore came up and had a great game. He was saying he had a 102-degree fever like the day before. What does it say to the fact that those guys are willing to go through whatever they had to go through to be able to play on Saturday and still perform at such a great level that he did?
It just, that's the commitment of our players to our team and this university. Gore's over there in the medical tent that we have now. I think he's, losing his cookies, so to speak, and going out there. He finishes 2.5 sacks. He's got, 2.5 tackles for loss, whatever it was, plays a great game. And there was a lot of guys out there. We're missing a couple starters that were sick as well. It's just, those things, they just don't happen. It's kind of like when you see a football program or something that goes wrong, the teams with not a solid backbone would kind of quit. Our team has no quit in them. They're going to give us everything they got. If they can go out there and perform at any level to help our football team be successful, then they're going to do it. And I think that stands for everybody in our football program, from myself to our assistant coaches, to our strength staff, to our support personnel, to our players. Everybody's willing to do a little bit more than what's expected.
Hey, Coach Marcel, to the Sports Squad. Thanks for joining us. I want to get a health update. I guess he had a flu or some health issues with the team. How is the team doing right now with that? If you can disclose that, and just getting ready for this matchup.
Well, we're still battling some bugs running around the office here. And for whatever reason, we can't shake them. We got the doors open. We got the wind blowing through these offices, and we got masks spread around, but we're still fighting it a little bit. It's just, that time of the year, I guess, and we had a couple guys get it early and let it spread. So that's unfortunate. So we're going to try to do everything we can, pump them with plenty of fluids, give them some juice and some TLC, and hopefully we'll have everybody ready this Saturday.
Well, I'll ask another question. After I give Stan a little bit of credit, he said bowls are they're not an exception, they're expected, or something along those lines.
Who said that?
I think Stan gave you that quote, or you may have said that, one of you from a Saturday. Bowls they're not expected. It's not a surprise anymore to be in a bowl game. Yeah, just elaborate on that and just where this program is and how it's grown from when you first got there to now is the standard to be in a bowl game.
Yeah, it really is. And, it's been this is my 5th season. So when I first came in here, I was like, I want to experience winning that first bowl game. I think they had been there the previous year, the previous 2 years, and didn't get the win. And, it's not enough going to a bowl game. You got to go win the bowl game. And I wanted to deliver that. And I wanted this football program, to grow and deliver winning seasons. When you have winning seasons, you're playing better in your conference, you're pushing the envelope towards actually playing for a championship. And we've reached the bowl eligibility. And, I'm proud of that. I'm proud. When you look at, our non-conference schedule this year was extremely tough. My wife always looks at the bowl projections, of course, and we're sitting there 1-4. She's like, "Hey, we ain't going bowling," And but we just, we stood strong and climbed ourselves right out of that hole and delivered a nice bowl availability. We still got one game to play against a good Troy squad that's trying to get bowl eligible as well. But I think we've come a long way in this football program. I really do.
And I would think if I was a bowl selector, a 7-5 team looks better than a 6-6 team when it comes time to pick.
It certainly, yes, it does. It does. ESPN has all that. They do the picking. So they'll choose where they want us to go and who they want us to play. But certainly a 7-5, and if we go out and we play really well, we have a chance to finish at 7-5, and we have the chance to set a record for the most conference wins ever here at Georgia State. Those are two big milestones. Like I said, from where we came from, and I don't think any of you guys sitting across there ever thought we'd be sitting here having the opportunity to go finish the way we have and carry that momentum into a bowl game and have what I would say it would be the best season in Georgia State history.
Yeah, Coach, I'm gonna jump in again. On Troy itself, you mentioned their struggles or have a coaching change, but still defensively, top 3 in the conference, lead the conference in sacks. What about protection against them and just avoiding them being in your backfield this upcoming Saturday?
Yeah, it's protection's always a key when you have such great rushers like they have. I mean, they are really fast defensively. I love them. They got athletes all over the board. So we've got to do a good job in our pass protection. So one of the things that I really took from Appalachian State right there is when they threw the ball, they really had a max protect right there and took shots downfield. But the number one thing I saw was they kept it on the ground and they were effective at running the football. So if we can continue to be effective at running the football, we don't have to drop back and throw it as much. We can utilize our play actions and other things, but if we stay manageable down in distance, we're going to try to do that.
Any other questions for Coach this week? We'll let him go.
Actually, I'll jump in with one more. You mentioned your interim stint at South Carolina, being a head coach, and Troy's going through that right now. Just how tough is that for a program to have to do that, especially with a game or two left in the season? And just what's the struggles or things that comes with that?
Well, it's a lot different when you're the interim head coach for 6 games in one game.
True.
One game, a lot doesn't change. He probably goes the same routine. I'm not speaking for him, so he may change everything. But for myself, I had an opportunity to change some things. I had 7 straight weeks with that football team where I was the leader, so I could actually put my stamp on it, so to speak. It's a tough situation to be in. I just want you to know that. I thought it was one of the best situations that ever could have happened to me as a football coach. But I did have 7 weeks to go out and lead the University of South Carolina, and he's going to have 5 days, but he's going to give everything he's got, and he's going to get those guys inspired and motivated. And I'm sure he's going to have some tricks up his sleeve because, whether you like it or not, you got to look at it. They're probably not going to be retained. There's going to be a new man in charge when it's all said and done, regardless of the outcome of this game. So I'm sure it'll be a roll the dice mentality to try to get the win.